Hello guys, welcome to Patrick's Garage. Alright, so this is going to be just a quick video on brake boosters. I don't know much about them, but I looked on YouTube all over and I couldn't find anything that had any information at all on these older style, specifically Ford style brake boosters. So figured I'd do a video and just kind of, you guys can learn along with me. So I had this all taken apart already. Basically, it's an old band style, so here's your band. And it just it's held in by a little bolt and nut. You guys probably already know all that. And then there's these two, like this bowl and this plate that come together, right? And they hold this older plate and rubber style diaphragm that I cannot seem to find anywhere anymore, unfortunately. So first thing, the reason I'm taking this apart is because I had a pretty noticeable vacuum leak. I just got my Galaxie 62 Galaxie Y block running, and basically I was been hunting down a vacuum issue, and I traced it to the booster. It took me a little longer than I'd like to admit, but it is definitely coming from the brake booster. And so looking online, I had just an absolute amazing time looking at brake boosters, $400+ and yeah, I'm not doing that. So figured I'd take this apart and see if I can identify some parts in case I can find just a rebuild kit, something, just a diaphragm, something. But this diaphragm seems to be in really good condition. I mean, look at that. I cleaned all this up, but I mean, just really good condition. It looked disgusting, but by the time I cleaned it, I mean, all the rubber's good. It looks not one hole. I mean, I have looked this thing up and down, and there's just not one hole, which is surprising, but I'll take it. The other thing you're going to look at is this. This is the other piece of your rubber. This is going to be the second place where it's very susceptible to holes. If there's a hole in this, then that will explain a vacuum leak. So looking at this, I mean, you just got to pull this apart and you just got to go through and look for any little hole. In my case, I have one right, I don't know if you can see it, right there. Small little tiny hole. I'm thinking that's where my vacuum leak is at. So this is good. This is not good. The next place you're going to want to check is this. This is, now I don't even know what it's called, but take a look at that. Almost looks like a pressure plate. So this is where your pedal push rod is going to go through. It's going to seat right in there and push that. Now this can also leak. This is when you have these two guys together with that diaphragm in between. Basically what you're doing is you have this check valve here that's sucking in the vacuum, and you have vacuum on both sides of the diaphragm because equal vacuum on each side. So basically when you press that pedal, you push this in, that all the vacuum escapes through this side, so this is atmospheric, and then this side you're going to have a vacuum, which is going to pull that diaphragm forward and help assist you in the braking process. So one way I found, an easy way to check this to make sure there are no vacuum leaks, because this is going to be a very, very important part, and I don't think these leak too much. One way I found, grab a Phillips here. One way I found is to simply, I got some WD-40 here, stuff is amazing. Fill these little holes, right, those little slits on the sides, fill them with a liquid, something that's not too abrasive. Fill them with a liquid and it should hold. Now that's not going to, liquid is obviously different from vacuum, but that should give you an idea if it's completely shot or if it's got a potential issue. So I'm just going to fill that up. Fill that side up. And as you can see, you can wait and watch, and there's not one drop coming through. So that tells me it's, if there is a leak in here, it is very, very, very small. Now, when I go through here and I push it, right, basically simulating pushing the brakes, you're going to watch all that fluid come out. See, now it drains out. So that's the way to test this. So it looks like, for me personally, this is my problem right here. All right, so to put this back together, this whole thing, I'm just going to take this piece, the rear of that, gently push it through there. I'll pull that back through until it seats nice. That's how it should look. And then this is going to go in here. You're gonna want to make sure that that looks all clean. It looks just to be like a little rubber ring. I imagine can get damaged pretty easily. Mine is in pretty good condition, so that's going to go back in there. Also, this is your check valve. This is going to go on this side, obviously, and you're going to have a grommet in there. Those grommets are susceptible to leaking too, along with these, anywhere where this connects. I've got a bunch of grease on this because that was my first suspicion. I was keeping it simple, just making sure there was no leak at the grommet. For the check valves, I put just a bunch of wheel bearing grease on there, and it did absolutely nothing. So that told me my leak was not there. All right, now I decided to get a little wheel bearing grease. Get it for a few bucks at O'Reilly's. I decided to put some grease around this ring here, just to help it seat a little bit more. And I don't know, it's not going to hurt anything. Oh, you can see that. Put some grease on it. Man, that lighting's pretty bad. There it is, yeah. And you know, this is not permanent. This is just trying to get this thing to stop safely while I save money for something better, because I need to convert my system to a dual circuit master cylinder anyway, so just not yet. Now, next step, we got this piece placed under this cup here with the plunger gasket thing on it. Now this is going right over there. Now there's another point where you got some rubber right in there, that rubber ring that sits right here. So I'm actually going to clean that because it looks a little gunky, just so we can get a nice seal. That's the thing with these, there's just so much rubber on it. All it takes is one little piece of rubber to fail, and there's your vacuum leak. All right, so we got this little retaining slot for this retaining ring, and this is just going to go in there almost like when you're doing a fuel pump, and you keep that retaining ring that keeps that fuel pump in the tank, or mounted to the tank. It's going to go right around there. Push that on there. Slide it till it wants to go in, and then this ring that goes through here is just going to be a little bit bigger, so you really got to work it on there. All right, I got it most of the way. Still a little bit hanging out there. I'm going to try to kind of feed that ring in and see if we can't kind of just work it in there. All right, got that retainer ring in there. And then this goes inside there. So we're just going to work that in there, and it's going to go under this first ring. So it's going to sit in there like that. All right, now I got this on here, and then I decided I'm just going to try and repair it. Yeah, my original plan was not going to work. So, but once you get this back on here, it's just a matter of putting these two bowls together and throwing your retaining ring on, or your clamp on, sorry. Throwing that back on, and your grommet and check valve. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe, and maybe I'll do some more Ford Galaxie videos, some more Ford Galaxie content. Thanks for watching.